We must lean into our inherent human need for community. We must remember the importance of togetherness, mutual support, and standing up for those who need help the most. There's a wonderful book titled Hope in the Dark by Rebecca Solnit, and in this book she talks about the power of hope. And in it she writes, "Joy doesn't betray, but rather sustains activism. When you face a politics that aspires to make you fearful, alienated, and isolated, joy is a fine act of insurrection." So tonight, here we are, and despite forces that would have us sitting and stewing in anger, frustration, and sadness, we are here in community with one another. We come together out of our love and belief in our youth, which inspires us to do the hard work to ensure that they have everything they need to be successful, and to hold systems set up to help our young people be accountable to that mission. And we come together to form a village to protect our youth, as there are those in this society, and some even in our own government, who would cast harmful, bigoted, and hateful rhetoric at our young people, often for their very identity. In the face of that, it is our combined hope and strength and belief in the potential of our young people that allows us to stand strong, pull our young people close, and challenge any rhetoric that seeks to vilify them. And that part is important because our young people, everyone, they're watching us. And we owe it to them to model hope during these difficult times. Because as James Baldwin said, we cannot tell the children that there's no hope. In this moment, we must continue to channel that hope into much needed and critical advocacy that both pushes our Commonwealth forward to be a place where all children can thrive, while simultaneously pushing back against policies and practices that aim to roll back the hard-fought gains that we fought for and that bring nothing but harm wrapped in a false package of safety. Far too often in this Commonwealth, people walk around with their head up in the clouds with rose-colored glasses on, and they believe that we're so different from everywhere else that problems plaguing young people across the country, they can't happen here. We're special. We're Massachusetts. We're just different. Well, at CfJJ, we scrutinize when people say that. We look at the data, we sit in community and solidarity with young people and their families from all backgrounds, including those directly impacted by the system. We listen and meet people where they are, and then we hear and uplift those stories in order to ensure appropriate care and support. And it is this work, embedded in community, uplifting research, doing the data analysis, that allows us to see beyond the shiny veneer of Massachusetts exceptionalism, where it is evident our young people right here need us more than ever. The school-to-prison pipeline is bad enough, y'all, because it takes students in need of help and pushes them directly towards the system, but right now we have a fully operational school-to-prison and deportation pipeline happening right here in our backyard. We see that in children from Chelsea who got into a school fight, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm a child of the 70s, and I remember a time when you got into a school fight and you got a call home, but you didn't end up in handcuffs for it. Those children are arrested rather than being issued a summons. Rather than being sent to diversion, they're taken to a police station, and before their parents can even put on their coat and go across town to the police station, they are whisked away out of state to be placed in immigration detention, and that is shameful. We saw it with a 13-year-old child, even with a more serious allegation, being taken away from his community by ICE without ever having an opportunity for due process with respect to those allegations. I don't care what you're accused of or what someone thinks about you, you have a right to due process for the allegations against you. This federal government has labeled our immigrant communities in the worst way possible, and they are taking these children and they are putting them in immigration detention, where, unlike our juvenile system, they don't have access to an interested adult role, or to the protection of an appointed attorney. And they are in an immigration detention system where regularly and consistently people who are subjected to horrific abuse designed to force people to sign self-deportation papers. Environments like that are inhumane for anyone, but they damn sure are not appropriate for our children. We hear these stories, and yes, they are heartbreaking, but we have to take that heartbreak and take that frustration and take that anger and have it drive us to go to our leadership at every level and let them know that now is not the time for slow and steady. These are different times which require a true sense of urgency. We cannot afford those with power, the power to actually make change, to sit in a place of neutrality, because as the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King stated, to accept passively an unjust system is to cooperate with that system. At CfJJ, we see the need for action. We see that there is work to do. And you can best believe we are going to continue to roll up our sleeves and put in that work. We will continue to work tirelessly to advocate to raise the age. Because the research, science, and data show that it is the best approach for young people emerging into adulthood. We will continue to work to expand the use of diversion because it produces better outcomes and system involvement. We will continue to work to expand expungement because having our systems hold youthful indiscretions against people far later in their lives, what does that accomplish? It doesn't make our communities safer, and it doesn't make people's lives better. We will never stop working to dismantle the school-to-prison pipeline because the overuse of exclusion arrests for regular adolescent behavior and denying children access to the education necessary to better their lives doesn't make anything better. And when anyone, and I mean anyone, wants to trade on fear and justify treating our youth as damaged or lost causes, we will stand 10 toes down and we will fight back. We will fight with information, we will fight with research, and we will fight fearlessly with data and the combined power of our coalitions, many of which are in here today, working in solidarity, and we will push back. These words may be coming from me right now, but they echo the commitment of our dedicated, brilliant, and wonderful team. CfJJ staff, please raise your hands. Son, Kate, Josh, Billy, Delaney, Shannon, Alex. Our team works tirelessly, and for our CfJJ board members in the crowd, please raise your hands. The way you support us and have our backs, I can never thank you all enough. Standing strong and unified in the face of adversity is what brought about the creation of CfJJ 31 years ago, and that is the spirit that we strive to maintain each and every day.